Potentially, you are a leader. It's in you. So, but it is your attitude in life that will determine that thing God has deposited in you. So our introduction says you are born a leader, but you become. So you are born a leader. That you are born a leader doesn't make you a leader. Hello? That you are born a leader does not make you a leader. So you have to become. Means there's a process. There's what? There's a stage. There is a way to become a leader. You are potentially a leader, but you must become a leader. Okay? So we fail or are limited in life because of our attitude. So it's our attitude to this potential that the Lord has put in us that makes us either to go forward or to go backward. And attitude is very powerful. Next slide. So the word attitude is a noun. It's a noun word. It simply means it's the way that you think or feel or behave about something or people. Attitude simply means the way you think, the way you feel, or behave about something or people. So this is very powerful. The way you react to situations, the way you behave to people will determine your attitude. Now, attitude can come in so many ways. Attitude can also come in body language. How many of you know you may not talk, but your body is talking? Hello? We're in a world, we're in a generation whereby sign language is so powerful. Sign language, a bad sign language can make somebody carry a gun and kill you. Do you understand? So, attitude comes in. Attitude is not just about thinking, about it. It also comes in so many ways. Sign language, and that's why I want to dwell in, because we are in a season where sign language is so powerful. When somebody do you bad, you know that your finger can make somebody carry cutlass or carry a gun. You know those signs. You know those signs, right? It's also attitude. You may not talk. And I don't want to use this one, but this is a very bad one. You know? Very bad. So, your attitude is the way you think, feel, or behave about something or people. And that can determine how far you can go in life. Next slide. So, altitude is also a noun, but something that is different about altitude is it is used in geography. And it means the height of something above sea level. I want you to know that word. The height of something above sea level. Why is it above sea level? And I'm going to show you in the scripture why that word is used above sea level. Not on the ground level, but above sea level. So altitude means a noun word used in geography, which means the height of something above sea level. Not ground level, sea level. Why is that? Let's go to the next slide. God wants you to live above sea level. That is why he called out the land. God's original plan was for you to live above sea level. Somebody open Genesis chapter 1 from verse 9. I want to explain that altitude. Why is it above sea level? Genesis 1, quickly. Genesis 1. Somebody read for me. 9 to 12.
9 to 12.
Yeah.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
Then God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. 10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas, and God saw that it was good. 11. Then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth. And it was saw that it was good.
9 to 12, right? Okay, now, I want you to see, when the Lord, the earth, this earth, it was underwater. If you study Genesis from verse 1, the beginning of creation, everything was water. And then God spoke, there was light, and then God began to divide. And then he called the land from the water. So the land came up, and the seas went under the what? The land. Now, if you notice, in that verse, God used about, next slide, anointing. Everything he was creating was above sea level. That's why God is talking about altitude. Everything God was creating was not under sea. Because he was planning for man to live above sea. He was planning for man to live above sea level, not just on the land, but above sea level. Okay? So let's look at our slide. It took God more investment to bring forth the earth. That's land. This was explained in 4 verses. Now, we said altitude is what? What is altitude? Can somebody tell me what is altitude?
That's
height above sea level. Right? So now, God had a plan that man should live above sea level. That is why it took God time to create the earth, to call the earth into its place, arrange everything. It took God 5 scriptures. If you study that story of creation, there is no place God spent much time apart from the land. Why? Because he was trying to make a place for man to live above the sea level. Now, figuratively, you know that when you live, a man cannot survive in the sea. Can you survive in the sea? No. You are not made to live in the sea. You are made to live at what? Above sea level. That's why our government will do so many things to make sure that what? Water does not come what? Above us. So, figuratively, we can apply that as when you're under the sea, that could be a problem. Because when you're under the sea, you cannot breathe. Right? When you're under the sea, you cannot think. So, we can apply that figuratively as problems in life. God wants you to be above sea of problems in your life. That's number 1 attitude that you need to create. I refuse to go down in the sea. I refuse to be swallowed by the problems that people are crashing their life with. Amen? Okay, let's go to the next slide. The land has power to produce because it was how it was created. Now, I want to use the land because man was created from the land. You are a product of the land. Someone say, I'm a product of the land.
I'm a product of the land.
I'm a product of this earth.
I'm a product of this earth.
Everything that is on this earth is in my body. Say it.
Everything that is on this earth is my body.
Every mineral, whatever that is on this planet earth, answers to you. And that is God's divine authority from the beginning. That is why God gave you the ability to relate with the earth. Live above the earth. Discover your potential and make the earth a better place to live. So man is connected to land. You are what? You are connected to what? To land. Land is part of you. So anywhere you stand, God simply says you should dominate. Anywhere you are, you should influence the atmosphere. Now let me give you a practical example. If you build a house and nobody is living in that house, what happens to that house in 5 years? What happens to the house in 5 years? Huh? What happens to the house in 5 years? Let's say 10 years. Nobody lives. It's a new house. Fine, beautiful. But after 10 years, nobody has stepped into that house. What happens? The house will deteriorate. It will even come to a point the house will crack, the house will collapse. But if you put just one man in that house, just one man, just to live in that big house, what will happen? The house will still, somebody stay outside, ask them. Our ushers will stay outside and ask. People are still coming in. So if you live, if that man lives in the house, what happens? He brings energy, life to that property. As long as he's breathing, that house is alive. See how powerful you are. See how powerful human beings are. As long as you are in that house, walking out and every day, you are giving life to that house. Do you understand what that means? It means you already carry power. There is power in you. If your presence in a house can make a house to be alive, do you discover the potential you have? That even the oxygen that you are breathing is giving life to that house. That's why God created you. He created you that you may dominate. That's why you must not allow any bad attitude. You must not allow any bad attitude to destroy your environment. Your environment can be your source. Your environment can be your business. Your environment can be your house. Your environment can be your marriage. So as long as you are functioning with the right attitude, you give life to everything that is around you. Do you get me? You give life to everything that is around you. I'm in the Philippines because God sent me to the Philippines to give life to anything around me. So I refuse to allow the negativity, whatever problem, whatever crisis, natural disaster, whatever it may be. My attitude must influence my environment positively. And that's why I'm here to challenge you this morning. Because your attitude will determine your attitude. Anywhere you are, God has given you dominion to bring, even naturally. I'm talking about naturally now, just naturally. You living in the house. The house is alive because you are there. How powerful is that? If you can understand that concept, I'm telling you, you can fix some things that are wrong in your life by the power of God. If you understand the nature, because God is hid in nature. God is not outside nature. Everything you see naturally is an expression of God. And God put man in charge. That is why you must not allow bad attitude to do what? Spoil your destiny. You must not allow bad attitude to spoil your marriage. You must not allow bad attitude to influence your life negatively. Okay, next line. Next line. Next line. Is that next line? Okay, your lie, that is why it must be cultivated. Remember I said you are a part of the land. The mystery about land is anything can grow on land. Have you noticed no land can be virgin? Have you noticed that? No land. You cannot, if you clear a land, come back in 2 days to grow. Something will grow there. Now, the land is like your life. Remember, you're from the land, right? You're a product of the land. God created you from the land. Why did God create you from the land? Because He wants you to be in charge of the land. Now, if a land is not cultivated, if you leave a land virgin, things will grow on it. Things will grow. That is why no nation is poor, no country is poor. As long as you have land there, something will grow even without you planting. And some of the things we call weeds that grow on the land, because we have not discovered the power of nature in those leaves, we say it's a waste. Nothing is a waste. Everything God created has a purpose. And that's why you need to cultivate it. And that's what God told man. I want your attitude is, anywhere I put you, you must cultivate. Cultivate means to make good. Cultivate means to arrange. Do you know you have the power over your life? If you discover yourself, you will discover God. Hello? If you discover yourself, you will discover God. Because your true self was created. If you discover your true self, you are not far from God. Because your true self was created in the image and likeness of God. Next slide. Your life is like a land, that is earth. And that is where you came from. If you don't cultivate it, anything will grow on it. That was my last one. Can you just open Genesis 2? Genesis 2, I can confirm that for you in the Bible. Genesis 2:7, quickly. Your sons, where you came from. Remember, we're still talking about attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. Somebody read for me.
Genesis 2:7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground.
Listen now, the Lord God formed man of the dust
Of the ground.
And breathed into his nostrils.
The breath of life.
The breath of life. Now let's just stop there. He said, the Lord God formed man from the dust. Not even from this. Do you know there's a difference between sand and dust? Huh? Dust is the one the air blows. Dust comes to the surface. Sand is on the ground, but dust comes to the surface. So God gathered the dust. And the dust is a product of everything that is on the earth. That is why God didn't need to build this. And he gathered the dust. And then he formed man. You are a product of the ground. You are a product of the land. And when God formed man, he gave him the power to cultivate. Cultivate yourself. Cultivate your character. Cultivate your thinking. Cultivate your life. Cultivate your emotion. Cultivate your behavior. So you can be a better citizen in this nation. You know, the problem we are having in life is attitude. People's attitude. Some people have a very bad attitude. Some people don't know how to cultivate their attitude in order to affect the environment. Now remember the example I gave you, that when you're in a home, when nobody's in a house, for 10 years, that house will collapse. It will crack. But if one person is living in that house, what happens? The oxygen you breathe, going in, slamming the door, closing the window, the house is even excited. Oh, there is somebody in this house. Because everything has a voice. The house you build has a voice. So the house is excited. But if nobody comes to that place, what happens? That is how powerful you are. That is who God made you. So you don't live a low life. If you can naturally, your presence can affect the atmosphere. How much more when you discover the potential and the power God has given you. Just by looking, you can cause a change. Just by looking, you can cause what? A change. That's why God gave you eyes. Just by looking, you can create a behavioral pattern. Just by looking, you can influence somebody. Now, I'm not talking about you speaking, I'm just looking. Only your face can create an atmosphere. Have you ever entered a room, nobody is talking, but you already know what they are saying? Huh? Nobody is talking, but you already know what they are saying. You're not welcome here. Just look on the face. You're not welcome. So that's how powerful God has made you. So if you learn to cultivate the right attitude, I'm telling you, so many things in your life will be changed. So many things in your life will transform. Next slide. The sea level is not your place. You must live above the sea level. If you remember the last point I made. The sea level is not your place. Physically, The government will not allow the sea to come on the land. I was watching a telecast, but I think it was on Facebook. Some people park their car in Marikina. I'm live on Facebook. So some people park their car in Marikina, and after 6 hours, the flood covered the car. And you can see that we built so many drainages not to go below sea level. Because that is God's mandate. Don't live below sea level. You are created to live above sea level. And figuratively, sea or below sea level can mean problem. It can mean challenges. It can mean marital crisis. It can mean poverty. It can mean disappointment. So God is saying, don't live below sea level. Live above sea level. That's the mandate. Next slide. Now, point number 1. We want to deal with my attitude determines my altitude. Now we're going to the main topic of our talk this morning. My attitude determines my altitude. Next slide. Number 1. Now listen very carefully. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is in you. Seek God and you will find Him. And this is very strong. We always think our problem can be solved from outside. We have this attitude that somebody needs to help me. There is this psychology, when we have problems, you have a psychological problem, go to a psychologist to help. A psychologist cannot help you. You cannot become smarter, you cannot become better, you cannot become stronger, you cannot become richer, you cannot become quicker outside of yourself. Why? Because your solution is inside, not outside. Now, if I give you all these principles, I give you all these teachings, we have done this program for 3 times now. If I give you all these teachings, it won't help you. No matter how long I talk here, no matter how convincing I sound, I can't change you. The change cannot come from what I'm saying. The change has to come from within you. We just do figure. Do it. Do it. If you don't do you, if you don't decide to do it, no change happens. So no matter what I say, no matter what I do, it is still depending on you to do it. If you don't do it, nothing happens. So that means change can never come from outside yourself. Even the devil knows this. So look within you. You have to cultivate an attitude to look within. The problem we have, the bad attitude we have is that when anything happens to us, our eyes is always, oh, my marriage failed. You. I am poor. The government, no job, no job. You see, I am not doing well in class because, you see, that teacher, he doesn't know how to teach. He makes the subject so hard and difficult. We always look outside. But no, the problem is not outside, the problem is inside. You have to look within you. It's right within you. You have to pull it from right inside and make that change in your life. And that change cannot happen. You know why you look like? Do you know why you're always looking outside? Because you don't have the power to look inside. It's difficult to look inside. It's difficult to see inside, to find solution. That is why you need the Spirit of God. Because He's your creator. He created you. He knew every part of you. He knew all the cells. all the tissues. Now let me tell you something. This man called human being, we have not actually discovered the totality of the creation of man. And they're beginning to discover some things in this our generation that is storming. I was listening to a lecture, and then they were talking about the tissues in the human body. The tissue, the vein, your tissue, where the blood, the arteries in your brain, from your feet to your brain. And they made a discovery, listening, they made a discovery that if you put all the tissues together, it can equal from earth to the heavens. Did you get what I'm saying? They made a discovery that if the whole tissues, because it's billions, it's uncountable, they couldn't number it. But they said if they start tying it together, bring one tie, it will reach the heavens. See how powerful God made man. That is why your attitude must not limit your attitude. When God said he gave man dominion over land, sea, and air, that was what it means. If the tissue of your body can stretch to the heavens, that's dominion. You just have not realized what God has deposited in man. Next slide. Okay. My attitude is my belief system. Well, what I eventually believe will become my worldview. Remember, your attitude is the way you think. Your attitude becomes your belief system. Your attitude becomes your way of life. And your attitude is the way you will see things. And your attitude starts building from home. Your home is the biggest place where you can build good attitude or bad attitude. And you will view the world from your first home. Girls, ladies get frustrated because they were born into a family where there was no father, where there was no mother, where maybe you are born into a family where the father mistreated the wife or mistreated the mother, and then you grew up with that mentality. All men are like that. You see, because of the home you lived, it creates a worldview for you. And you live with that attitude. Junior has primary school, grade school, high school, university. You start working, but that mindset is still in you. So, your attitude is your belief system. I want to ask you this morning, what is your belief system? What is driving you? What is making you to sleep and wake up every day? Is it a right attitude? Is it a proper view of who you are? Or you are viewing your life by the environment? You are defining your life by the environment. You are defining your life by the things around you. And the things around you may not be correct. Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Next slide. You must rise above the cultural system and embrace the kingdom culture. Culture is our biggest challenge. Culture is the way people live. And a lot of bad culture has been driving us across history. For instance, one of the bad culture is smoking. We never knew smoking can kill after so many years. We thought smoking was cool, right? And many of us got addicted. But we never knew it was a bad culture. And after so many years, they have made so much money. They have made so much profit, which they should be paying damages now. Huh? They should be paying for what? Damages. Because so many lives, cancer, lungs problem. You never told us that these things was detrimental to our health. And we've been sniffing it all our lives, our children. Now you're telling us it's dangerous. Why did you tell us from the beginning? Culture. And that is how it is. There's so many culture that has influenced our attitude negatively. There's so many culture that has torn our life, that is even killing us till now. So the only culture you need to embrace is the kingdom culture. And what is the kingdom culture? It is a life from heaven imported to earth. It is the life of your maker. In Romans 14:17, it said the kingdom. Can someone open it for me? Romans 14:20. Am I right? 17. Kingdom culture. Please, someone should stand outside. People are still coming. You're welcome.
For the kingdom of God is
For the-
not food
But the kingdom of God is not food
and drink,
but drink.
but
Okay, wait there. You know, we're talking about kingdom culture. Now, do you know that the foundation of our culture is what? Food, water, clothes. Now everything around your life is sum to that. No matter how rich you are, if you don't eat, if you don't drink, your riches is useless. Have you seen somebody who has billion and is on his bed sick, with drip in his mouth, drip in his nose, drip in his chest, drip everywhere, but he's very rich. So our culture is what? Food. Do you see how you feel? We'll soon eat now, okay? Do you see how you feel when you don't eat? It's like life is just food, eat and drink. But life is not about food. Because it only goes into your body and comes out. That's it. Food and drink can help you till the age of 25. After 25, food and drink don't help you again. Because scientifically speaking, they say 25 you start dying. You stop growing. So if you stop growing, what happens to your body? You are dying. You are aging. So life, the kingdom culture is not about food and drink. But about what? Say it.
but
Righteousness.
and peace
And joy in the Holy Spirit. If you eat your food and you don't have these three things, boy, you are eating poison. You will feel your belly. If you don't have peace, your mind will still run to that problem. And the more your mind runs to that problem, the more you go big, the more you go hungry. People grow extra fat because when they start worrying. And people eat too much when they don't have peace. Do you have peace this morning? Do you have joy this morning? I have a person standing right by my side who can give you perfect peace. You need that peace in your life. His name is Jesus. If you can welcome him into your heart, you have peace. The peace that you cannot get outside. The peace you cannot get in your marriage. Okay, the last slide. I'm taking my time. Also, don't put a limit on your potential. Don't put a limit on your potential. What is your potential? I want to simplify it by these 4 little points. Can you scroll the slide? Your potential is what you should have done that you have not done. Your potential, sometimes people say, what is potential? Potential is very simple. What you should have done that you've not done. What have you not done that you're supposed to do? that will move you forward? What attitude, what mindset is stopping you from doing that next thing to go to your breakthrough? That's your potential. Whatever you have not done is your potential. Until you do it, then it moves from potential to reality. Potential is what we don't see. But what we see is no longer a potential. Next, 2. Potential simply is where you should have gone that you have not done. Where you should have gone that you've not been there. Why is that? Sometimes your success is tied to a place. Hello? Your success is tied to an environment. And you need to discover that. Where you are you okay there? Are you fine? Are you doing well? Think about it this morning. Maybe you need to do some shift. And when you do the shift, you'll be connected with the right people. Okay, next. Running up in 5 minutes so we can eat. 3. What you should have become that you have not become. That's your potential. What are you supposed to become? Now listen to me. Nobody can measure you. You can only measure yourself. I cannot measure you. I cannot measure your potential. Because every one of us have different grades, different potential, different skill. So the measurement is not the government. The measurement of your life standard is not the society. The measurement of your lifestyle is you. You. When you look deep down within yourself, you will know whether, am I really doing well? When you look deep down within yourself, are you doing well? Have you become what you have dreamed to become? Or you have become what somebody else has become? Because that's what we are good at. We become somebody else. Oh yes, you are living somebody's life. You are wearing somebody's shoe. You are wearing somebody's jeans. You are wearing somebody's ring. You are wearing somebody's wristwatch. You are wearing somebody's t-shirt. What's the name of the t-shirt? Is it your name? What's the shoe you are wearing? Nike. Is it your name? To the pants you are wearing. Even the pants you are wearing is not carrying your name. Living somebody else's life. Including myself. I'm trying to change that, you know. We are all inclusive. We are living somebody else's life. And that's why I say branded. No, you are branded with somebody else's name. You see how limited we are? You're wearing Nike. No, that's not, you are promoting somebody else's name. That's not your name. Discover yourself. That Nike you are seeing, that guy discovered himself. You listen to his story, he has his story. Which one is your name? Think about that. 2 minutes. Next slide. The books you should have written that you have never wrote. Are there many writers here? The world is waiting for your brain to release something. It could be 5 pages, just 5 pages, that can change somebody's life. I say, well, what if I write a book 5 pages? What can that do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. What can that do? If you bring out the stuff in you and put on 5 pages, it can change a nation. Stop putting a limit on your potential. Attitude. Next one. I want to run up here. The business you should have started that you never start. Is there a business in you? There's something in you you've been dreaming. That's your potential. If you don't start it, it will die. It will go to the grave. Don't let that business die. That's your potential. Next. The music you have written that you never wrote. The music you have written that you have never performed. That should be performed. The music you should have written that you have never wrote. Okay. Is there music? Do you hear melody in your spirit? Beautiful songs. I notice that we sing a lot in this part of the world. But most of the songs we sing is not just song. That's why I didn't make an impact. Because it's just who sings like that? Who sings like that? That's a known artist. Who sings like that? You don't know? Whitney Houston. My voice is already cracking. We sing, but we are singing someone else's song. I mean your own music. Do you think she started like that? No, maybe she started in her bathroom taking a shower. Just started singing. One day I'm going to be a great star. Look at myself in the mirror. My voice is going to be the best in the world. And then today we're all copying. That's somebody else's song. Where's your own? Think about that. Next slide. The friends you should have made that you did not make. How many of us with wrong attitude has chased away the right friends in your life? Now, see the definition of friend. A friend, a true friend, simply means opposite. Opposite of what you think. Opposite of how you feel. That's a true friend. But look at our definition. A friend should be somebody like me, think like me, talk like me, act like me. You're dead. You are stuck. If you have somebody who thinks like you, talk like you can never go forward. Oh my God. You can never go forward. You think that's your definition of true friend. Oh, he admires me. No, you should look for somebody who criticizes you. A true friend is opposite. And that is hard. Nobody wants to hear the truth. That's why we don't have real friends. A real friend will poke you. A real friend will tell you, even though it's hard, but hear it. So that you can be better. And that is why your attitude is not increasing in life, because you are surrounding yourself in a classroom of people that talk the same thing. And this is very bad now. This is the worst. If you are the best among the friends, I'm the best, I'm the best. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. You have limited your potential to those people. You can't go ahead. You can't go far. So if I'm excited, I'm the best speaker here, I'm having problems, boy. It means I cannot reach my potential. It means I cannot stretch beyond my limit. Because the word okay means you're done. Okay, we're going to round up here our first session, and then we can eat. Not yet ready? Oh, okay, not yet ready. So I should write down. The food is not yet ready. Okay, next, I go ahead. Sorry for that. So, number 5. The people you see in every day of your life, this is number 5 point now, about determining your attitude. The people you see in every day of your life determines the level of favor that will come to you. The people you see determines the level of favor. What is favor? Favor is something that will take you to the next level. Favor is something that will appreciate you to the next level. Now, the people you see every day, that's what I'm telling you. The people you see every day will determine the favor that will come to you. Now, let me give you an instance. If I'm doing this meeting, what is the hottest place in the Philippines? I mean, in Manila. The elites, the elite, my friend, can you hear me? The elite place in the Philippines. I mean the elites, the elites. Where's the, okay, let me use the word class. Where's the class in the Philippines? You don't have so many cities. In Manila, where is the class? Class of people. PG what? Makati. If you live in okay, let me say the province. If you live, where's the province here? Where's the province? Rizal. If you live in Rizal, that is your domain every day. Who do you think you'll be seeing every day? You'll be seeing roadside people who are pushing truck. But if you live in Makati, who do you see every day? Even your walk will change. The way you walk in Makati is different from the way you walk where? Rizal. Because where you are determines the level of faith that will come to you. And that's Jesus' principle. That's why when Christ came, he didn't remain in the village. He went to the city first. That's why everybody is crazy about the city, because they know if you see the right people, what happens to you? Right opportunity. You can't be in Rizal and expect the favor from Makati to come to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now imagine I'm talking before billionaires. What do you think will happen to me? Huh? I like that guy. Take this check, 5 million. I like that talk. So the people you see attracts favor to your life. Please, that's very important. Who are you seeing? Are you always seeing people talking about defeat, gossiping, chismissing every day? That's all you are hearing. Chismis every day. Because the kind of people you see differentiates the language they speak. It differentiates even where they eat. Hello? Okay. Can we now? Not yet. Okay. Next line. Deal with toxic relationship. Friends in your life. Toxic. Do you have a toxic relationship in your life? Deal with it. How do you know your relationship is toxic? Don't point, please, because you could even be the person. You see what I'm always saying? When there's a problem, it could be you who is even the toxic person, but you didn't know. Maybe the person you are pointing is speaking on your faults. It's you. Because you always fight. Why are we fighting? Because I'm telling you the truth. So first discover yourself. Discover the toxic in you that is affecting somebody negative before you point the finger. Alright.